Beep, 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 beep. The alarm clock sounded for the 4th time, almost protesting on being snoozed again and again. Siva woke up suddenly and finally shut it off. And then, sitting on his bed, he said, "Oh my God, it's another Monday morning." Suddenly, his little daughter, Maya, jumped up on his bed with pleading eyes saying, "Papa, Papa, please help me with my homework. You need to check it. I'm already very late." Siva was annoyed. "Baby, how many times have I told you to finish your homework before the weekend? You always leave it till the last minute." With innocent eyes, Maya replied, "Papa, please, I'm very late." Resigning to the fact, Siva picked up her homework and started going through it. And his anger increased. "Maya, you have made all sorts of mistakes in simple problems. Baby, 2 plus 1 is not equal to 4. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. My God, I cannot tell anyone you're a scientist's daughter. You must have taken after your mother." Maya again looked at Papa and said, "But Papa, teacher told us 2 plus 1 is equal to 4. Siva was at the end of his nerves and he said, "Stop giving excuses and blaming the teacher. Make all these corrections or face the punishment. Now I got to go." And then he woke up from his bed and went on to face the day head ahead. At the end of the day, after all the battles of meetings in the office, Siva returned back home, and there, immediately, even before he could sit down, Maya attacked him. "Papa, you embarrassed me in front of the entire class. Teacher confirmed 2 plus 1 is equal to 4. Siva, for a second, did not know how to reply, and then anger took over him, and he said, "Maya, I don't have time for this. You are being very naughty nowadays. You need to focus on your studies. I will discuss with your mother on this." And then he went on to relax during the evening. And just before he was retiring to bed, he mentioned to Meera, his wife, "Meera, I think we have to visit Maya's school. She tells me that her teachers is explaining to her 2 plus 1 is equal to 4. Either something is wrong with our daughter or something is wrong with this teacher." And then Meera's voice quietly came out saying, "But Siva, 2 plus 1 is equal to 4, right?" Now Siva did not know how to reply, and then he exploded. "Now both of you are joining together to pull a fast one on me. I just want to go to sleep." And then he went to sleep. The next day, again another busy day at work, as soon as he reached his cubicle, he saw a note from his secretary, meeting with the boss at 4 p.m. The entire morning, he spent time working on this meeting, and at 4 o'clock sharp, he ran into his boss's cabin. "Sir, can we start the meeting?" And what he found was a furious boss looking at him. "Siva, I have never known you to be late. You are so late for this meeting. We were all waiting for you. I'm so disappointed in you. Now get out." And then Siva didn't know what to do. He ran to his secretary and he said, "What's wrong with the boss today? Our meeting was supposed to be 4. It's 4 o'clock right now." And his secretary said, "Siva, it was 4 o'clock 1 hour ago. It's 3 o'clock right now. What's wrong with you?" Siva now was even more furious, and then he said, "Okay, now you've joined hands with my daughter, my wife, and the boss also is in it together, and all of you want to make a big joke out of me. I'm not going to tolerate this. I'm not in a mood for jokes." Saying so, he rushed out of the office and he was walking back home. Now, alongside, as he was walking to the metro station, he decided, a funny thought came to his mind, and he decided to do an experiment. He walked up to a random stranger standing in the metro station and he said, "Sir, you might think I'm a bit crazy, but can you just count from 1 to 5 for me?" And that person said, "You certainly look crazy, but I will count for you. Let me humor you. It's 1, 2, 4, 3, 5. And Suddenly, Siva realized something is drastically going wrong. Over the course of that entire week, again and again, Siva's world slowly fell apart. He would randomly stop strangers and ask them, please count from 1 to 5 for me. And at every point, he would get the response, 1, 2, 4, 3, 5. He didn't know what was happening. Until last week, everything was going fine. And suddenly, his entire world began to crumble. He slowly went into depression because he couldn't focus on anything at all. And he decided there was only one way to resolve this conflict. He had to ask the person he trusted the most in his world. After 3 long years, he bought a ticket to go to his village, and he suddenly appeared in front of his mother. His mother was surprised to see him, but he said, Mom, I don't want you to ask me any questions at all. My entire sanity depends on your answer to one question of mine. Can you please count from 1 to 5 for me? And his mother said, my son, it's 1, 2, 4, 3, 5. Siva broke down. He cried for a long time with his mother consoling him. And this incident happened many years ago. Today, Siva is back to normal. He counts as 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, and he's moved on. That's the end of Siva's story, but that's not the end of my story. I wrote this story many years ago, fellow Toastmasters and friends, the first time I fell in love. At that time, everyone, first it started with a friend, lots of friends, and then the girl herself told me that she was leaving me. I didn't know what to do. I went through those same emotions that Siva went through. First surprise, then shock, and after that frustration, depression, a breakdown, and then finally acceptance. Today I moved on. I no longer worry about that girl or remember her, but I think the first love is the most beautiful experience. So in order to document my first love, I wrote this story. And also to remind me of the fact that sometimes change could hit you which questions your core beliefs. You go through these same emotions, but at the end of it, with time, everything heals.